All right. Hi, everyone. Sorry about that crazy screen there for a little bit. Just trying to make sure we are set up in the right direction. Oh, let me try this way. So sorry about this. Okay. All right. If you're joining us, you're welcome to go ahead and say hello in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, you can also leave a comment and we are going to be doing a giveaway as well as unboxing this fun kit today. So I will place in the comments, so scroll up to the top and you will see the a link to my blog, and if you click on that link, you can enter the giveaway through that link. So let me just click in here, open up the live video, and oops. Okay, so here is the link to the giveaway. Oh, I should probably, let me add giveaway to that so that people can see what it is. And the giveaway is for a 1-month subscription code to a future paper pumpkin kit. Okay, so we'll put that there again. And then if you're interested in getting your own paper pumpkin subscription, so you're not, if maybe you're not a subscriber already, then I will list another link. So get your own okay. All right, so those two links are up in the comments. It looks like Stephanie has joined us. Hello, Stephanie. So glad you're able to come join me live. Are you a Paper Pumpkin subscriber already, and have you gotten your March kit? I'd love to know. I know that some people have said that it's kind of been a little bit late this month. So some people's kits are coming a little later than usual. I was actually out of town, and so when I came home, it was in my mailbox. So that might be why we're just a little like maybe a couple days later than normal for our live unboxing. So there's a couple tools that I like to have on hand when I'm using my paper pumpkin. So I love having a bone folder, and I also love having my take a pick tool and a pair of paper snips. And those are just things that I think are essential crafting tools. Oh, looks like we've got a lot more people joining us today. Hello, Zoe. And Stephanie got her kit this morning. Perfect timing. We've got Connie, and she has not received her kit yet. Hi, Carol. And she hasn't opened hers yet, but she has received it. We've got Jennifer here, and her box arrived yesterday. So everyone's boxes, it looks like they're all coming in about the same time. The last couple days, or hopefully in the next couple days. Hi, April. She got her kit on Friday. And Denise, she says, yay, she is able to join me live, and she always gets her kits late. So hopefully we'll come in the next couple days. Hi, Sandy and Audrey. Looks like everyone's getting their kits. Okay, so let's go ahead and open it up and see what fun projects we're gonna have. I have to say that I have already opened it, but I haven't actually looked at the supplies. I just wanted to see the cute projects. So there usually is tissue paper, but I already took that all out. But let's look at some of these fun add-ons that they added to the kit. So the kit normally is what, $22 a month. And they did add on some fun free items, and that did not increase the amount for the kit. So that's a really fun thing. So this first flyer is just some ideas that you can use with the stencils. Okay, so we'll look at those stencils in just a minute, but these cards are really cute. I love that sunburst with those flowers, and you could use any flower stamp to go with that. And then we've got some stars that are on like a darker background cardstock with some vellum cardstock that's cut into a star, and that turned out super cute. And then this one's really fun. You've got some mountains and clouds, and you're just creating a great landscape image for that one. Loving all those samples. Okay, so let's look at the stencils. So there are 4 stencils, and you can see that they're a little bit small. They fit just inside my hand. Whoa, sorry about that noise. And they are, we'll just measure them really quick using my grid paper. They're about 4 inches by 4 inches. And so that's perfect for card makers. And if you're a scrapbooker, then you can either like continue to layer them, or you could just make some smaller cardstock pieces and then add them to your scrapbook size things. So this one is clouds. You can see you've got some really fun cloud shapes. You've got individual ones as well as long ones for landscapes. And then this one looks like a mountain range. So you can, if you flip it, you've got this fun mountain range negative here that you could add some color to. And then it looks like there's like a shadow image here. So you would line that up inside that and get some shadows. And maybe the same thing here. We've got some more landscapes that you could layer on top of each other. So that will be fun to play with. And then that fun starburst or sunburst, I guess. That will be fun. It's kind of interesting that these are not connected, right? So you could even, get creative with that somehow. And then the stars, so like a starry night. And you could use it so that they're heavy on top, or flip it and do it so they're heavy on the bottom and move into more random at the top. And then a Stampin' Sponge. Now it's a really great tool, and I highly recommend that you cut it. So you could easily cut this into 4 pieces. Just use a nice big pair of scissors. You could even cut it into 6 if you're okay getting a little smaller section. But cut that up, and then you're going to hold it where it's been cut. And this is the side you would ink up, this nice smooth side here. Okay, that's how I use my Stampin' Sponges, and I recommend it. All right, so then we've got a really great stamp set. I was excited to see this. There's some really fun greetings. So I'll just read those to you. It says, "All the best for a happy, healthy, and prosperous year. Here's to you." We've got happy birthday and congratulations. And then this one I really liked. "May your journey through life take you to many new and exciting places." And that could really be used for so many different occasions. I love this solid pine tree. And then we've got some birds here. And then this is a really fun image with some flowers and little tiny seed flowers. I can't remember what those are called, but that's a really pretty image. I'm excited to use that. All right, we also have a Calypso Coral stamping spot. And just as a reminder, if you're new to Paper Pumpkin, or if you don't have Paper Pumpkin and are interested in signing up, your very first kit will come with a clear block. Let me go grab mine so you can see what it may look like. All right, so I had to dig down and I found the one I think it is. So they usually come a little thinner than the thick ones that they sell in the catalog. And that just makes it really easy for transporting and just minimizing the space for your kit, the supplies that you need for your kit. Okay, but they're nice and big, and all the images should fit nicely on that size of clear block. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly look at the comments. All right, just more people joining us and saying hello. So just want to give you a nice big hello as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's go ahead and open this kit up. Just by kind of peeking at it, there's a couple things I'm really excited about. So one of them are these fun craft envelopes. So I really love that craft color, and it's fun because you get that texture with the different fibers in it. And so I'm really excited to kind of cut those up and use it. They're not patterned on the inside, but I think it's just a really fun color to use. Oh, look, they are patterned on the inside, but we don't have to actually cut up our envelopes. That is awesome. So these are envelope inserts. So they made them so that you just stick them in like so, and then you adhere. I just adhere the top here, and then you fold them and create a crease there, and then that just decorates your envelope, which is super cute. So now we can use this just as pattern paper. So it still has that same shape as the envelope, but we will cut it right there where you can see where the straight line meets the angled line, and then we'll have a nice big card base sheet. So that is so exciting. Really, really happy that they went with that for this kit. Not sure if that will be like an ongoing thing, but I'm guessing it's because you can't print, paper. You can't print a pattern on the back side of craft paper. So just super fun. And then we've got this really pretty flower pattern that we can use in that same idea. So you've got 4 of each of those. So this kit is going to make 8 cards. It looks like 2 of with 2 different designs. So 4 cards in each design. We've got some glue dots. All right, so a couple people are saying that they like those envelope inserts too. So that's really, I got really excited about that. So here are the instructions. So it gives you some nice big images on how to put your card together. And then you can see those envelope liners in the back. And then you do get step-by-step instructions, and we'll follow those later. So I do like to make one card with you guys just as is. Again, the big picture image of each card. It tells you what your kit includes. That way, if by chance you're missing something, you can call Stampin' Up! And let them know. And then coordinating colors. So the coordinating colors are Bumblebee, we have the Calypso Coral, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, and Seaside Spray. So if you have any coordinating cardstocks or ink pads, then you can use those and they will look great with your project. And then they do give you some alternative ideas as well, and they always come up with super cute things. I'm loving that this is a box that they made with the envelope. That might be something I may have to just try and figure out on my own, and just kind of figure out how to make that a 3D box, because that's really cute with that flap coming down. It's fun. I might have to call my friend who works at Stampin' Up! And see if she can hand me the instructions on that, and I can share it with you guys. Okay, super cute. Love that. That's cute with the stamping in the background with the stamp, and then they're layering some die cuts on top. That's really cute. And then here again, they're using that insert as a pattern paper with some scraps, and then a greeting and a cute little bow with linen thread. Was there linen thread? Oh, good. There's linen thread. Yay. So now let's finish looking at the rest of the contents. It looks like we get some mini dimensionals and some linen thread. And then we have 4 card bases that are in this petal pink color. And then they've got this image, the sunrise image, which is really pretty. So we'll be cutting those up and using them. I love that we've got the color on the back as well. And then these are just separate pieces. This is not printed on the card base. So we have 4 of those. So lots of fun ideas on how we could use those. And then these are just some cloud die cuts. So you just pop them out. They're little rectangles and they go on the petal pink card. So I'll just pop out one of each so we can see how those look. And then one of the green. That's a nice tiny little size. And then we've got these rectangle dies for our label, for our greeting. So there are 4 of the larger size. And then it looks like 1, 2, 3, so 12 of the small size. And that's because they did like a repetition stamping and they did the happy birthday 3 times on the original card. So they've given you plenty of labels to do that as well if you're interested in that. And then you just have some solid pretty peacock card bases. I'm kind of wishing that would have been like a really light pattern would have been pretty on that. They are white on the inside, which is nice. So if you just use those as solid card bases, then you do have an area where you can write instead of having to add an insert for that. So that's good. And then we have our pretty peacock pine trees, and they're die cut, and there are 8 of those. Okay, so I'm just going to punch one of these out and use them on my card. So just be really careful as you're removing these, just because it's very detailed die, and that trunk there is really thin. So you don't want to actually like pull on that paper and rip it. So what I'm doing is moving more of that background paper rather than the tree. Okay. Well, great. Lots of fun things. Valerie's asking, am I too late? No, we're just barely going to start making our cards here. We've gone through the kit and we're looking at all the things that come in it, but we'll start making those cards now. So let's start with the petal pink one. So you just need a card base. And so it looks like we just stamped the sentiments, and then there's some birds on the card front as well. Okay, and on that die cut. So we'll stamp some birds there with the Calypso Coral and our greetings. So they are using the Here's to You on the large one, and then they've done Happy Birthday 3 times on the small one. So let's go ahead and do that. So to open these, I just run a pair of paper snips just over the, trying to find that section where they're like between the lid and the base. And then it should be a little easier to open. I'm also using this pointer tool. That can help too on my Take a Pic. There we go. Okay, so that's nice and open, and I usually will leave one side hinged so then I don't, you know, the lid stays with that ink color. So then let's add our greeting. Oh, Valerie also says that she's there was a tip to apply adhesive. So before you remove the trees, then you would apply the adhesive here to the back and then remove it from the card stock, and then you have the adhesive where you need it. So that's a really good tip. Thank you for sharing that with us, Valerie. So I'm going to pick up my Here's to You on one side, and then I'm going to do Happy Birthday on the other. I like to use both sides of my block, clear block. And then I do recommend that you have something to clean your stamps with. And I use the Simply Chamois, and I just really love that it's nice and easy, and all I need is water to clean the stamps. And so I'll just have that off to the side so that when I'm done stamping, I can clean them. I'm going to start with this Happy Birthday. There is a ton of ink in that little stamping spot, which is nice. So just go ahead and bring in one of those little labels and stamp that right in the center. It might have been a good idea for me to do a quick test. So I can see here that I've got a lot of ink on there. Let me try for my next one to maybe just tap it lightly and not press so hard, since there's so much ink in that Stampin' spot. I'm just going to flip that over because there's two sides to every piece, and we'll stamp again. And hopefully that will be a little clearer of an image. Okay, which one did I do? They're about the same, actually. So I think I'm going to go with this first one because it's a little bit of a better one. So we'll just keep working on it. Just tap lightly. And some people mentioned that if you clean the stamps, then the ink will sometimes sit a little nicer on that stamp instead of pulling off. So let's just kind of clean it a little bit, and then we'll try again. All right, so that does look like it's holding the ink a little better. So go ahead and clean your stamps before adding the ink. And then if you need to do any testing, just use a scrap piece of paper until you get it the way you want it to look. Okay, so that one looks okay. Let's go to this next one. So much ink. I am so surprised at how much ink is in there. Tons, which is good. Okay, and then on that one. Okay, so then clean that off. And then we can go to the next one, which is the Here's to You. Just center it on that label. Okay. My two didn't turn out too good. I think we had some pooling with the ink. Let's try it one more time on the other side. There's that little bit of time where you get your paper situated after you add the ink that it can kind of pool up a little bit. We'll just pick whichever one is better. Okay, that one turned out better, so we'll use that one. Hi, Melanie. Glad to see you here. Melanie took my online class that I offer. If you're not familiar with that, you can go to my channel and look up my April online class. And I am just taking, the next couple days will be my last days for taking registration for that. So if you're interested, please let me know as soon as possible, and I can send you the information for that. Okay, so let's do the birds. So the only thing about the birds is that there are only one piece, right? That we can stamp on. We can't flip this one over. So if you need to grab some scrap paper, then you want to and test it, then grab something. And this time I think I'm going to actually hold my stamp and ink it up that way. So there's a little less time for flipping. So that works out. That looks good. So I cleaned it and I'm testing it. And then I need to figure out which direction I want it to go. They have it so that like it's kind of at an angle. So I think we'll do that inside, in between these two clouds. So something like that. It's kind of a fun image. Okay. So don't forget that for this unboxing, I also do a giveaway. So make sure to scroll up to the top of the comments and look for my comment. I think I did it twice because the first one I just added the link, and then the second one I gave what the link was actually, like what it is. And so look for that link, and it's just to the 1 month giveaway for Paper Pumpkin. And you can just, it's on my blog, and you can enter in your name and email, and I will draw a winner randomly on April 1st for that kit. Now it's not going to be this kit, so it's a code that you enter for whichever kit you're interested in. And so it's going to be for a future kit, okay? So make sure to do that. And then if you are new to Paper Pumpkin, or if you're not a subscriber, make sure to subscribe if you're interested in getting your own kit. And again, it's not going to be this one. They've already mailed out this kit to all those subscribers. But next month's kit in April is just super cute. It's a very summer themed with like popsicles and fruit, and it's really bright and happy. So make sure to subscribe for that, and the link to subscribe is at the top as well. Okay, so now we've done all our stamping, so let's put this card together. So just fold it along that score line, and if you have a bone folder, make a nice crease. Okay, so that one's for this. This one says attach 16 inches of linen thread to the back of the white label with glue dots. So here is the here's to you, and this is our back, and we just need to find the linen thread. And we'll measure 16 inches. Let's see. And this is the back. Grab those glue dots. So this is one reason I love my Take a Pick tool. So one end has the putty. So what you can do is take that putty end and slide off a glue dot, and then you can apply it wherever you need them. So I'm going to place actually two right next to each other, and that's going to give me a nice, actually I'm going to do another one. I just want a lot of adhesive here for the twine to adhere to. So I'm just now going to use the other side and remove the paper backing. This tool is also great for picking up little embellishments and adding them to your cards as well. It just has so many great uses. Okay, so when you have linen thread, it comes really rolled really tightly, and so you can get this extra curl in it. So what I do is run it through some pinched fingers, and I use my fingernail to try to straighten it out. So you're just going to do that all the way through, and then you can see now that it's removed that curl. And then just wrap it around 3 or 4 of your fingers, depending on how big you want it to be. And then I'm going to take those two ends and put them together and add that to one of the glue dots. So just make sure those ends are adhered And then you can kind of fluff up your little messy twine and you'll get something that looks like that. Okay, I'm going to bring this end over to this side so that they are matching a little bit more. There. Okay. I also like to add dimensionals over my twine. And one fun thing about these minis is that you do get a really nice thick border. And so I'm just going to snip 2 of those, the border into 2 pieces and add that over the twine. So everything adheres and stays in place. That's just my little tip. All right, so that twine is ready. And it looks like the clouds are also on dimensionals. So let's add some dimensionals to that. Should probably just need 2 or 3 to support that piece of cardstock. Same with this one. Oh, Melanie, you're so sweet. She says that making that twine look messy, or I make it look easy to make it look messy. It's not too, I mean, if you just wrap it and then bring those ends together, just do your best and don't expect perfection. It's supposed to look messy. Theirs has multiple like sizes, so they kind of wrapped it more of a spiral, so they have more in the center. So there's lots of different ways you can do that. Okay, and then it looks like this green piece is also on dimensionals. Okay, so I'm looking at the front here, and these are staggered, so they're not sitting right on top of each other. I'm going to start with the large one. And this one sits closest to the sun. So just make sure those birds are on top, and it just staggers off to the right a little bit, like that. And then this one is staggered like this. Kind of more in the middle, this one looks. So this one looks like it is more in the middle, like of the card. So let's do that. Just kind of eyeball it. It doesn't need to be perfect. And then this little green one is staggered off to the left. Like that. And then let's see if the pine trees are also on dimensionals. It looks like it is from this picture. You can see there's some shadow there. So let's go ahead and add dimensionals to that. So you just want to make sure you support the pieces. So I'm going to just do a couple here where they fit. So as high as they can go and fit inside those pine trees. All right, so I will be working on alternatives this week. I'm also prepping some class kits for my April kits. So hopefully I will be able to get everything I need to done this week. But my alternatives, just to kind of cut down on time, they might be live. So kind of look for those, and hopefully you'll be able to join me live for some of those alternative videos. So I noticed that right here, can you see that little bit of dimensional that's sticking out? So I just snipped it a little bit, and I'm just going to tuck it underneath a little bit more. Let's see if any more are popping out. Okay. You can also cut these in half, and that will give you a smaller size as well. And I'm just lining that up right along that bottom left corner. Just like that. That actually is really cute. I love the dimensions in those pieces. So that's just a fun card to give to somebody who enjoys the outdoors. And then this is also off to the side a little bit, and it looks like it's just slightly above that. And I just realized that the placement of my dimensional isn't great because it kind of pushes on that. So I'm going to actually really carefully just remove that dimensional and all my twine. Okay. Kind of reposition the twine. Sorry about this. Little things pop up, don't they, when you start adding things to your card. So this I'm just going to actually press right down onto that so that everything's about the same. And you know, it looks like I probably need a little more adhesive there because the twine isn't adhering. So just gently add a glue dot or two over that twine. And then that should stick. Just make sure everything's nice and even. Pop that up just a little bit. Okay. All right, so that's turned out really cute. Love it. Love those colors. Okay, so now let's move on to card number 2. This card needs one of the Pretty Peacock card bases, as well as the large landscape piece. And we will be doing, we have those happy birthdays we've already stamped, but I did forget to add the little birds here. So let's grab that. Those glue dot pieces get everywhere, don't they? Those little papers. Okay. So Calypso Coral ink again. And just going to ink that up. And it just kind of goes in this opening here, right between those clouds. Just like that. Now it said to wrap 26 inches of ribbon or linen thread around the cardstock. And it doesn't look like they've tied a bow with it. So here there's no bow and they've just tied it to the back and then added this to the card with probably dimensionals. I really love bows, so I think I'm just going to add a little bow here to the left side. So I'll still do the 26 inches. So I have 16 and then just need another 10. And again, just kind of straighten that out with your fingers and wrap it around a couple times. So I need about 5 inches or so on one side to tie a bow. So I've just measured 5 inches and I'm going to place that here on the left side. And then I'll wrap until I have about 5 inches again. So that's about, so I wrapped it twice. So if I wasn't doing a bow, I probably could wrap it 3 times. So just make sure those ends are even-ish and then tie a knot. So I always like to tie a knot when I'm using linen thread or twine. It just helps with that thin, it's just nice to have a knot there so that you can make a nice pretty bow. I'm going to bring that down a little bit. It seems kind of high in the sky. Okay, so maybe a little bit, coming down a little bit more. There we go. That looks nice and grounded. Open up those a little bit to show there's multiples, and then tie a little bow here. And then they do add this these little birthdays. And it looks like from the shadows, it looks like the one on top and bottom are just flat on the card, but then the one over the twine is popped up with a dimensional. But I bet you could probably just pick and choose how you want to do it. So if you want to use all three, you can. If you wanted to just even use one, you could. So let's do a couple here on the back of this one. So Sandy asks a question about the alternatives. If I do an alternative live, can you watch the replays after? Yes, you can. Sometimes they take a little longer to process, which I don't quite understand why that is. But you can still watch them live. They're just a little longer because I'm not able to edit them. And so it's kind of like now where you see any little mistakes I make or any like time wasters, like taking paper off of dimensionals and things like that. Sometimes when I edit mine, I try to take those things out so they're not so long, but that also takes up my time, and I have a really busy week this week. And so I'm thinking if I do it live, then I can just get that information out so you guys can see those cute ideas, but then I can also work on some other things I have. But they will be available to watch afterwards. If you can't find them, then just leave a comment or shoot me an email. I do place my emails on all my videos, so you can contact me if you have any questions. Okay, so fold your card base in half. And if you want to pop this up, you can do that with some dimensionals as well. Make sure to support the center when you have such a large piece like this. And then just center that on your card base. It looks like you should have about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And that card is all done. Really super cute and easy. One of the things I love about Paper Pumpkin is just they're really quick and easy projects. They're really perfect for beginner stampers, as well as for those of you who have stamped for a long time, because we all love a quick and easy project. And we also love being able to step things up by adding more to it. And so just a really great project to start with. So I hope you enjoyed watching me create these fun cards today and seeing all my little tips and tricks on how to put them together. And again, make sure to keep an eye on my channel for my alternatives that will be coming up the rest of this week using this card kit. And again, make sure to sign up to enter the giveaway. So the link for that is at the top of the comments, and it's on my blog, and all I need is just your email and your name so that I can contact you if you're the winner. And I will draw a name randomly on April 1st for that 1-month subscription code. Remember, it's not going to be this kit. It will be for a future kit. And if you are not a subscriber of Paper Pumpkin and would like to be, there is a link at the top as well that will take you to paperpumpkin.com, and you can sign up and get your next month's kit, which is going to be super cute. So thanks again for joining me, and I hope you guys have a creative day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.